Oh. Yes!
Hellhorn. We have not won with Grile Hellhorn. I'm going to play this, I think, with Queen's Implings. No, we're going to play this with Torches so that we can kill off our own erratic assistants sometimes. We have a Hidden Passage, Hulking Mass, Herzl's Horde. Oh, Odie's Totem with Herzl's Horde is awesome. This is like a boss relic. That's pretty lucky. Let's see. With this combo, I think it's more likely to be Learning Limb. I was hoping to get Devourer for once, but okay. The Pyre Dampener we can take because of Odie's Totem. I think this puts our deployment to like 4. 5. Yeah, Herzl's Horde is super good. I think our first round goes like it did last time. Where we're mostly just running, like, Grile bottom floor. We have a Forevermore, and that's pretty nice. Okay, put you up here. We need to get rid of some Shield Stewards pretty soon. Torch you. That in, put that in. Let's see. I think I probably give you some hands, Forevermore you again, and that probably kills the boss. Just in case it doesn't kill the boss, we'll be ready with that. I'm going to torch one of these guys to avoid more Times of Despair. Kill the others. My last erratic assistant? Nope, I missed one. Yeah, we're pretty deficient on our damage right now. Compared to the last run where I had that unstable going for me. But we beat the boss. The Hulking Mass is a boss. Make it a little quicker. So Herzl's offers us less scaling for Learning Limb than Bogworm, but this is what we got. Let's see. I've got Hard-Headed Archeon, Holyfield Kale, Entropy Seraph. Sanguine Assistant is okay here. I'm really looking for Twisted Back, ideally, but if I don't find it, whatever. Fortified Pauldrons, I think, is kind of interesting on Hulking Mass, but I probably don't want to grab another equipment right now. I don't have a unit to scale up on Ritual of Battle in a big way, but I think it might still be Ritual of Battle as a speculation. 2 Hellhorn Banner, 1 Lazarus. We've got 2 Merchants of Steel that are both paired with Hellhorn Banners. And we have maybe 1.5 spells that I care about upgrading. Do I need another Lazarus unit? I want to check Lazarus Banner one more time to hopefully get a Twisted Assistant. So we've got Consume Remove with Smolderstone. We can use that to get a 1-cost Ritual of Battle. Or we could go like crazy on Forevermore Serum with Remove Consume Spell Chain. Let's click. Out of these 2, I'll just take a Meat Hook. I think I want to go big on the Ritual of Battle. Got another Lazarus League banner here is our last banner. I think it's set up that whatever banner you have one of in your first 2 rings is the banner you have access to on round 4 or 5. Yeah, this is maybe a bit of an expensive play, but I'm going to go for it. Mostly because it gives me better event outcomes if I already have some upgraded cards. Drop a Shield Steward. We need to take a challenge so we can make sure that we can afford a large upgrade in the next floor. Go ahead and deploy that Shield Steward. We don't have room for our Spear Stewards anymore, but it's okay. We have a lot of energy for this point in the game. Maybe not the most interesting things in the world to do with it. Change the order of these guys and do this. We kill both of them. I think I actually Hidden Passage Baron Grile here. That gives me the option to do a little more scaling stuff, possibly. Pair that with this. We're letting 2 damage through and taking another curse. But I got to equip that Vampire's Tooth there and this Scissor Hands here, which is 6 more attack points in the deck. Yeah, with the Forevermore Serums, this unit can tank fairly well. I don't think I care about a potion kit. It's Alive is probably decently playable, but only just. I'm going to take It's Alive because we have a hard-headed Archeon, and it will let me fix positioning in certain cases. Do I care about a Molten Imp? I mean, if I pull Endless Upgrade, this is a unit that can use it, whereas my deck cannot currently accept that upgrade right now, and we are about to go to a Merchant Steel with a Hellhorn banner, and it's possible I get offered something that cares about imps. But, like, from an early banner, I don't think I'm going to get offered Transcend Imp. I'm going to take it anyway. Yeah, we'll go this way. So we got a Large Stone, Immortal Stone, Frankenstone options. And Alpha Fiend and Branded Warrior. Okay. These are pretty bad with our upgrades. We are kind of in a position where we need Dualism or Multi-Strike. The Branded Warrior is a good recipient for our Ritual of Battle, probably. Hey there, D-Trainer. Thanks for jumping in. Steam is like... Not Steam. Twitch is tracking the watch streaks. Dope. I think I'm going Branded Warrior. Unfortunately, Branded Warrior is another Dualism Enjoyer. Bleh. A little tongue-tied. How do I feel about a Large Stone right now? Very mediocre. I have like 3 different units that would love to see Dualism, and 2 units that would like to see Double Strike. But what I have instead is this Immortal Stone that I have thankfully enabled myself to take, but I still don't think it's that great because Entropy Seraph is going to stuff half of its uses with its Silence guys. How do I deal with these Silence guys? Do I just Hidden Passage them out of the way? Is that the plan? I think this Immortal Stone does constitute enough value that I should take it. So, is there anything we can Large Stone here? The Hulking Mass is unfortunately a little bit of a large boy already. I think I can get away with Large Stoning the Meat Hook here, actually. And we're doing this just because this is the cheapest way of adding more stats to our bench. Oh, I can take another plus attack? You know, Strength Stone on the Branded Warrior is not terrible. We're not going to run into spikes to kill him. I'm just going to take this. I love for him to run with, like, Dualism Multi-Strike and just rock the yard, but I don't think we're looking at it. I think we're looking at giving him a very powerful equipment and hoping he's able to slay with that. No rare cards yet. AAA is entirely speculative. I think we're actually decent on Gross Michelle this time because we have a Branded Warrior to play off of. And his base attack is more like 20. The large Meat Hook's attack is 40. So that's going to hit pretty hard. Let's go for it. So we hit Cavendish on this. I think we're decent. We can keep in mind that Odie's Totem and Herzl's Horde together mean that we don't need to take energy upgrades as much as we usually would. I'm probably taking a size upgrade coming out of this and maybe a draw upgrade later. Draw upgrades mean we can speculate on cards more because it's less punishing to have bad cards in the deck. I don't need to put this Shield Steward anywhere. It is junk now. Bonk. Bring in some assistance. I might start trying to do like a Hidden Passage overpack. I don't know exactly what I want to do with that. Like, maybe I pack the Branded Warrior into the top floor, and that becomes a more active game plan as we go, or we just try to overstuff a floor with Hidden Passage. How does that cooperate with weapons? It means we can only overpack the top floor. I don't think that's bad, though. I need to think about that a bit more. I'm not going to implement that this fight. Because this fight, we got the Branded Warrior taking this Fallen Champion kill, and then we start the ramp. Hulking Mass is going to get knocked back at the end of this round. I want to get my Erratic Assistance out and get a Vampire Tooth up here. Feel more cozy. I need to pop this healer, probably pop this unit. Yeah, let me do a Scissor Hands here. 73 attack, no slouch. I will pop that healer. I should be due for my advanced card soon. There we go. I'm just going to go ahead and fix that positioning now, and then I think putting this Scissor Hands here gives me the Slay on the Chosen Shield Bearer. Bring that out. I'm not going to torch this unit because I don't want to take more sap. Spend those. I'll go ahead and Scissor Hands Growl for the scaling, even though it makes his attack lower. Okay, let's see. We want to drop the Forevermore Serums as like top priority here. Assistant. Wrong unit. There we go. This is not killing Grile. Get more scaling on the Scissor Hands. I'm comfortable with those two dying. We can probably plan on moving the Scissor Hands up top soonish. But it's 6-1. I think our second floor is strong enough to win the fight, so my priority right now is scaling. Oh, this is cute. We can do Spear Stewards, give him Scissor Hands while he's with Grile for the scaling, and then I can Hidden Passage him up the floor. Then I think we're bringing in the Molting Imp, and then probably playing Ritual of Battle. We're not getting a Slay here because actually the Hulking Mass is scaled enough. So I will just go for that here anyway. If I bring in the Shield Steward, it does get me a couple more attacks. Not much. 8 health isn't getting me very far. Yeah, I think that's just a pass then. I could play these torches. I think if I torch this guy, we might push a little more damage on boss. Yep, a little more. Yeah, I need to draw the position correction, ideally. Didn't happen, but we are killing the boss, so I don't need to fret. If we weren't killing the boss, I would send one of those units to the top floor where they could get a better tank. We're getting a lot of power out of Gross Michelle right now. Okay, we got the Transcend Imp with the Eternal Molting Imp, so I could possibly, like, play a lot of Imp stuff. Brain Transfer is sometimes a run winner, and with the Branded Warrior, it might be pretty good. I'm not super sure about that. Spike of the Hellhorn is a little stronger than usual because of Odie's Totem, but I don't think it's a run winner for us right now. If anything's likely to win the run for us out of these three, I think it's closest to being the Transcend Imp. We can just find more imps and it'll go crazy. I'm definitely taking a size upgrade. So, Railbeater Branded Warrior is a very natural synergy. Railbeater is excellent at enabling Slay. So, I think we're probably just looking at hacking everything full of big, chonky, powerful demons. I'm trying to think on if this Railbeater is a better pickup than just the raw stats and the Demon Fiend, and I think the Railbeater turns out better because of the Branded Warrior synergy. Going Heaven's Light. If I get any more units, I might go Hell's Flame on the second upgrade. Lazarus Banner. Trinkets. I think we want the Lazarus Banner here because I'm looking for Twisted Back. Twisted Back can make Branded Warrior or the Meat Hook go crazy. Didn't find it, but we could play the TSA. Yeah, I'm probably in no position to turn down this test subject. I think we just give that almost any equipment and we start winning. We got another Eternal Stone. I think it's hitting the Forevermore. And then we just Smolder Stone that. I'm very happy to take this plus 20 consume on a Torch. We Seek Stone a Hidden Passage. That's like an easy pick. So we are a little broke. But Seek Stone Hidden Passage is super crazy, cheeky, good stuff. I think I can take this Mark of Invasion. Sometimes I balk at this particular option. But let's take it. And I actually need to do a bit of reckoning about how my cars are aligned. So I know I'm still doing Grile on the bottom floor. The top floor is the one I need to think about the most. So it's a given that we want the Railbeater and the Branded Warrior up here. I think we want the Hulking Mass sat out in front of them. And then I'll want to put somebody behind them. It might be more important to get the test subject in the car. Or, like, better in later rounds. I don't think I need to do that right now, though. I think I can get away with doing this and this for now. I'll technically play him, too. And then on round 1, we do this. This is, like, super easy send. He soaks up all that corruption, makes that not problematic. I think I'm bringing in the test subject, but the other thing I can do that's kind of funny is, of course, to Hidden Passage the Shield Steward, and then he'll catch the Rage. Because we're killing 1, 2, 3, he gets a Slay. We're getting a lot of corruption on our Hulking Mass. Hulking Mass may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Versus test subject, who's going to get, like, 20 extra attack power from these Scissor Hands. Gonna hit for like 45 sweep. We probably want that. It also saves Cryle some damage here. Naturally, I have to redraw the Endless Imp here. These guys still both get killed by the Ravenous Zealot. That's good. I want to get this played. I'm not sure if I want the Molten Imp to be dying right now, because I'd rather not redraw it. I'm just going to drop these two here. I think I don't need them to be doing a lot of work this fight. Equip. Equip. We get the scaling. Bring out something for the Ravenous Zealot to kill. Bring out a Spear Steward just because. That's all going fine. He should get killed by the Branded Warrior, which is what we want. This guy's going up with about 60 health, which is about what we want. I think I don't want to play any torches. If I torched anything there, it would be to reclaim my Imp. Bring those into scale. Looks correct, looks correct. We're losing these guys. I'm not bothered by it. I need holders for my equipment, so I'm going to torch this so that I can play him on the first floor next round and give him a Scissor Hands. So that I can get more scaling. Go Molten Imp. Vampire's Tooth. Erratic Assistance. Forevermore on you. Spear Steward doesn't really matter. Getting not much out of It's Alive. I will re-Scissor Hands you for more scaling. I should have played the other Scissor Hands in the test subject earlier. We get the Molting Imp out for Corrin. Very good for us. Let's get a little extra scaling. Drop this. These torches don't really matter much. Actually, these two torches make him die. That's cool. They get some harvests. Doesn't matter. Forevermore this. It's a little funny. Just speed up the clock. We have every confidence we kill. We even have days. Big demon floor. So still no Cavendish. So unfortunately, Faulty Body won't stick on our Imp, which is probably, like, we can't endless the Faulty Body payoff, and we're not that good at reanimating. Replicator Ray is maybe playable. So the funniest thing we can do with Replicator Ray is probably replicate Gryle and then start double scaling stuff. I'm going to try that, see if we can do it. Ooh, Impish Scholar and Important Work offered at the same time. So Impish Scholar can bring back Forevermore Serum and theoretically Replicator Ray. I think I'm going to take Important Work here, actually. When we have an Eternal Imp, we can always just use Important Work to cycle the Eternal Imp. This is very obviously good. I don't think it's a Merchant of Magic and an Empyrean Well. I think the Celestial Alcove and the Merchant of Arms is more valuable here. Trying to think if there's anything I really want to duplicate. So Intrinsic Hidden Passage is an interesting duplicate. The Ritual of Battle is an okay duplicate, but it's not that good. I like Boiler Room a lot. Bloodthirsty Blade with our test subject is obviously very good, but it's less good than usual with Baron Gryle, where we already have 30 damage Scissor Hands that we can put on the test subject. So the test subject needs to get 26 kills with the Bloodthirsty Blade for that to pay off. It'll happen, but I think we can do this. What do we think about an Exile's Diadem? It's a lot less valuable when I'm hidden passaging. What about a Void Armament? Void Armament is probably really good this run. I can Void Armament the Branded Warrior, and I think that goes crazy. Do we dig deeper? If I don't dig deeper, I can hit up this Merchant of Trinkets. This Unstable Vortex Forgotten Boons combo is really good. Again. I could deployable the Boiler Room. I think I'm going to do that. That fixes a lot of other energy problems. Bone Dog. We don't have a spike scale. I think we can adopt. So the funniest thing about adopting the Bone Dog here is that we can duplicate the Bone Dog. We can give the Bone Dog Scissor Hands and then replicate him with our Replicator Ray. We might be able to pull it off depending on who we're up against. So it's Quoto. It's not Corruption Guy. Against Corruption Guy, we wouldn't be able to do that because our Bone Dog would just randomly die. Okay. So we know about Grial Boiler Room. That's definitely happening. Yeah, I think the rest of this is going as before. We're not playing the TSA immediately. Because we need to prioritize setting up the Ascension. Okay, and we're actually going to play and ascend the Bone Dog. Bring in the test subject. We're not getting kills yet. I'm not going to worry about the Void Armament immediately. Let's do this. So I should kill these two. Erratic Assistants. I think I need to bring in the Molting Imp for any particular reason on this floor. Good with a Spear Steward here, and a Molting Imp here. Try and get further into these guys' health bars. I think I Ritual of Battle here. And I Torch you. So Boiler Room is always optimized when we're not only killing enemy units, but we have our own units that we want to die. So it's really good with these assistants. So I could obviously Scissor Hands the test subject Alpha here. But I think now is when we let the greed take control. And we do this. And we get ourselves a second Bone Dog. This unit's comfortably dying on his way up. This floor's under control. We could keep Molting Imping here if we want to. But this is also fine. I don't think I need the Molting Imp to do a lot right now. But we have upcoming our draws. I've still got 3 more assistants and the Transcend Imp to draw. Just gonna pass here. Okay, so now we should equip there so that we're getting more damage out. Erratic Assistant. Forevermore. The Bone Dogs actually pick up some rage scaling. Very funny. Looks like he's probably getting killed by the Rail Beater off of my rough math. Yeah. So we're not getting scaling out of him, but we should get scaling out of the out of this Ravenous Zealot. I'm gonna give you Lifesteal, even if it means sapping you a little bit. And this gives us more scaling on the Scissor Hands. Don't have the room for a Shield Steward right now. Definitely want the Sanguine Assistant out. Let's see. I think we should be playing a Spear Steward and hidden passaging it to overpack the floor more. I'm not under a lot of stress, so I'm just going to continue scaling up my Scissor Hands. And we're just going to play this wherever. Incoming Quoto. The Erratic Assistant. I don't have anything to important. No, because I let my imp slip. I want to put the Meat Hook on the top floor. Nah, it's fine to put whoever up there. Vampire's Tooth and Meat Hook. Or I could do it on Baron Gryle here. So, actually, we're losing Gryle on Quoto's first attack, right? This guy's got 80 health, and we're only doing 60 out of Test Subject. Vampire's Tooth only takes him to 66. Yeah, I just don't care about this floor very much. So we're just going to do that, call it a day. So we hit the 7-unit limit on the top floor. That's good. I'm just going to put this on whomever in the back. And then battle rip them. Do this. Give you some hands. Do this. This. So we're really planning to just kill Quota on the top floor. We have a lot of attackers, which is usually pretty good for this. And it is pretty good for this. Double celebrates! I think it's probably the only fight where I'm aiming to double celebrate on the top floor with the Bone Dog, because it is a very greedy play. Horrify is great. Weaponized Prosthetic is only okay when we're on this spec, because our Scissor Hands are literally worth more than 30 attack. Surgical Strike is very good against Entropy Seraph, because he's got a lot of shielded units that you can just murder. But I don't really have, like, Conduit or Incant to really care about casting a lot of spells. We're mostly just winning off of units. I think I'm just going to skip this because I don't want Calcified Ember Pressure. Horrify is pretty valuable, though. You know, we can easily play through Calcified Embers because of Boiler Rooms. I'm going to take Horrify here. Tiresome Climb is a natural synergy with Horrify. We're too late on our build setup to take Inferno. Inflame is playable. I'm going to take the Tiresome Climb. Our next fight's going to be a little tough with 2 Calcified Embers in. But it's not Vampire Kale, it's Holy Feed Kale, and our top floor makes a lot of attacks. I'm taking this Merchant of Trinkets as well, and we should be able to get a lot from here. A Dante's Footstool makes our Boiler Room free. We take the Guild Marker immediately. I think those are pretty easy pickups. Advanced Growth is crazy good with this setup. It's like one of the few things I could look at this set, take that over Emot Tome. Emot Tome is so crazy. I'm gonna drop my Shield Steward because he's a little too bulky to play, and then the other thing we're gonna drop. So, yeah, Advanced Growth is like, so now we're buffing our gear on its way in and on its way out. So these are already looking like, you know, upper 30s to 40 attack power equipment, and it's gonna go a little crazier. Alright. I might be trying to fish for that duplicate Gryle play I was talking about in this fight. I think bringing out the test subject is a bit more urgent than it was before. So this time I'm not going to set up the Hulking Mass immediately, and I think I just start with the test subject down here. So I don't have anything to do with the Hidden Passage right away in theory, but in practice what I do is just move this Holy Cherub out of the way so that nobody gets to eat. And then they can kill the Cherub on the top floor by itself. Vampire's Tooth onto him. Now we're sweeping out the Holy Cherubs. Awesome. Let's see. I could bring in Meat Hook as a better tank on this floor, but I think we wait for our other guy to show up. And we just do this for now. I'm not going to play the Molting Imp yet. Actually, I want the Molting Imp on the board, just so that important work doesn't miss when I draw it. Okay, here's the Hulking Mass. Spear Steward, Scissor Hands. Okay, Void Armament, the Branded Warrior here. I don't really need to worry about the Void Armament getting more attack power this fight. It's fine. It doesn't. And I'll just play this here for more scaling on it. I really don't want to be redrawing those. How are we doing? Pretty fine. New erratic assistant. Hold on. I can actually do it a little bit. Yeah, so we have 3 extra spaces here. We replicate Ryle into erratic assistant, so it gets double buffed. Drop the Ember. I don't have the energy left to Ritual of Battle. That's okay. I really want those Embers gone. We did get the proper Slay there. Yeah. Double buff Erratic Assistant. Double buff this Scissor Hands. We appear to be murdering some dudes. And now we can actually... I could hidden passage this assistant out of the way and play another assistant too. I think that is better. I'm wondering if I move the TSA out of the way. I think it's too dangerous, the Holy Cherub, so I'm just going to do this. So I get plus 12 on that attack. I think I will Tiresome Climb you. Play another Spear Steward. You just want an absolutely mega-packed train. There's a Sanguine Assistant who gets double scaling. Double scaling Scissor Hands comes in. Calcified Ember. Important Work doesn't do too much here, but it's a little fun. So we Daze Kale, give Lifesteal. Important Work just draws me the same Molting Imp, which is not the most exciting thing. Which I should have thought about when I was talking about playing it earlier, but whatever. I'll replay him again. I have a lot of energy. Daze the boss more. It's funny. Okay, there's our Bone Dog. So I'm going to Hidden Passage you to fit in the Bone Dog here. Drop this. I'm going to bring in the Transcendent to just help tank a little bit. And Vampire's Tooth to get your health back up. Ideally, I want to kill on this floor so that we celebrate. I might be able to ascend the Bone Dog again. I have 3 ascend cards in the deck. We're not redrawing yet, though. Okay, a few options here. I think I will Hidden Passage the Bone Dog. I'm gonna Horrify Kale. Doesn't change the fight at all, I guess. It's really weird. I thought it would. Oh, I see. We're life stealing in the same way that Daze was going to help us. We're life stealing instead. So not a lot to write home about there. Since all of those guys died, all of their equipment got further powered up. Oh, right. I also forgot. Advanced Growth goes crazy with Reanimates, because Reanimates still counts as a death. I'm going to import it here to actually put you in front. Going to throw a Daze on there. Let's see. We cannot Tiresome Climb Kale here, because this kills off the floor. Or rather, I probably don't want to do that. Let's make plans as if we're losing this floor. So I'll do a thing on the Branded Warrior. But I think I'm going to play the Forevermore here for an extra +4 attack after the fight's done. Just play that for extra attack. Yeah, so we got that +4 twice. Another thing that's kind of cool that I could do here if I was losing the Branded Warrior is I could put a Scissor Hands on him to take the Void Armament off, and then he would lose that Extinguish effect that would cause him to be purred. Technically I do this. Makes the fight a little faster. Cool. We're doing well so far, but I think a lot of our power is on raw stats and not, like, good scaling. So I'm a little concerned about that. There's a lot to like about Double-Edged Bearer. I think there's just a lot we can do with that. It's hard to ignore. I really don't care about a second Transcend Imp. We haven't gotten more Imps. I am going to take a Hell's Flame. We could definitely have taken space there if we wanted to. I think I like a Merchant of Steel, because our Branded Warrior could get Dualism. Our Hulking Mass could get Dualism. We could get something on the test subject. He's unupgraded. Probably some stuff on the Transcend Imp. And an event is strong. So yeah, we're going here. Okay, we got Dualism. We got another Endless option. We got a Frankenstone. I think I want Dualism on the Branded Warrior because his floor is super wide. And applying Rage to that entire floor I think is really valuable. I might just take another Reanimate on the Hulking Mass. Because I'm not going to get another Dualism, and if I do, maybe I want to put it on the Rail Beater anyway. So let me just do that. Give him Reanimate 2. Should help him fighting, like, Titans and stuff. Do I Endless the Transcend Imp? This is a very meh Transcend Imp. I don't think I'm going to get more Imps to make him better. I might sooner, like... even the Hulking Mass might have been a better Endless target, so I think I'm just not going to take it. I could do plus 20 health on the Bone Dog, but we're not on Minion Seraph anyway, so maybe it doesn't matter. I think we pass on the rest of that and save it for the Merchant of Trinkets in the next ring. I think we're in a decent spot. Event check. What do you got for me? I have the health for it to be Archus, if it's Archus. It's not Archus. That would be really, really cool. Dominion. Dominion's Eye we can probably play through really easily because we've got a lot of energy going on. So obviously we can ask for control, dominating control. We could even put that on the Rail Beater, and then the Rail Beater would hit for melee weakness 2. Very funny. We could throw Dominating Power onto our Test Subject Alpha, so that he's sweeping for Corruption. But I think he probably doesn't need to be doing that. He's not double striking anyway. I think it's probably not Dominating Authority, because Dominating Authority is usually just going to grab an Erratic Assistant, and we need our Erratic Assistants to be in a specific spot. So, yeah, I think I will take Dominating Control onto the Rail Beater, and I think it's going to make us clown, like, the 500, 400 health dudes for a while. Hopefully, we can clown enough of them to win. Because those guys are a pain in the neck. They're kind of the thing that makes you lose the game. Definitely going Learning Limb 3. Ooh, this is interesting, because I think we can actually take this because we've got a very, like, wide, very damaging top floor. And I almost never take Heaven's Seal in this ring. We got a free Double-Edged Bearer. Somebody likes us. I need to make sure these two are set up and everything else is more negotiable. I think I'm going to go for this Double-Edged Bearer immediately. Bring in this Meat Hook, and we'll put up the reanimating guy a little later. Assistant. I think I'm Molting Imp because it kills off Discordant Heretic, and these guys dying is a big deal. It also gets us one of the Deformed Duo lives out. It's awesome. And I guess we're killing the Celestial Bastion too? Wow. Oh yeah, because they're not killing the Double-Edged Bearer anymore, so I get 2 hits of 29. That's funny. Alright, sure. Okay, we lost our banana, which is always destined to happen. Got plenty of use out of it. I'm feeling a little locked into the Molten Imp right now, so I'm going to accelerate my strategy. Like that. Now I don't need to play the Molten Imp all the time. I want the Double-Edged Bearer gone, too. I have a lot more cards to draw through. This Avowed Gladiator does need to take more damage. I think I'm just going to stow the Transcend Imp up here and move on. Play that. Alright, so where does Double-Edged Arms need to go? Oh, Hulking Mass needs to be up here for sure. This Double-Edged Arms is temporary. It only lasts for this fight, because it was sourced from Part Factory, not from a unit in our deck. You don't always want to take Part Factory with Ryle. It's like, whatever. This guy's going to be going up top with 500 health, which is not really what I want. So I'm going to hit him for melee weakness 2, which means I'm going to hit him for 240 followed by 83, is about 300 damage. That's not enough, actually. I need more power. This guy's not doing me any favors, so I'm just going to play him here to get him killed through the Boiler Room. This doesn't matter much. I might be taking some damage from this guy if I don't draw some other good scaling stuff. Alright, we can important work the Transcend Imp to dig a little deeper. Got an It's Alive. Okay, let's see. Unfortunately, I think we're just locked into taking some damage right now. Get the scaling on all that stuff. We out the Celestial Bastion. But we're just not doing the damage up here that we need to be doing right now. What do I need? I need more. I need, like, 1 or 2 extra units in the top floor, honestly. So we need to get this Hidden Passage, probably a Void Armament onto the Rail Beater. That might help. If I had something weaker up top for them to attack, that would help a lot, actually. You know, I probably just need raw attack onto the Branded Warrior. So I think what we do in that case is probably replicate the Branded Warrior, then give the front one this Vampire's Tooth. And now we should be safe there. Now I can Bone Dog, Hidden Passage, Erratic Assistant. We need Grile to be equipped, just because. I can Void Armament the cardless Branded Warrior, which is like cheating. It's a good kind of cheating. We want to hook hand this guy because we can actually kill him on this floor. Okay. Definitely an Erratic Assistant here. Probably the Double-Edged Bearer, because this is the permanent Double-Edged Bearer, so this one's scaling matters. We are losing the Meat Hook by 2. But I think we need to roll with that, probably. Yeah, the rest of this is happening pretty much as it's going to. Then I think we put a big Scissor Hands there, and then I'm going to do this. Because we're optimizing for safety right now on the top floor. Because I think a Thane is going to have a pretty clear shot to our top floor, and it's going to be really, really scary. I have misplaced my imps. I don't seem to have enough damage right here, right now. 6 short. That doesn't fix it. I'm not killing the Prayer Stone here, but we are killing both of the Heretics. This drops attack by too much, so we can't do it. Important work doesn't work. If I tiresome climb this guy, He does become untired by the time a Thane gets up. We're going to take a lot of damage from these nerds in the back. Built up enough attackers. I think that's still correct. Fortunately, I don't have a better unit for the double-edged arms. It's wild that if I had another torch instead of important work, we would be able to kill this avowed gladiator. We're taking a lot from these deformed duos, but I've got upcoming draws that are going to be helpful, so... Okay. It's definitely not the amount of health I want to work with. Forevermore. It's alive. Playing a Molting Imp here is not helpful. I could Hidden Passage a Thane to deny her a Chosen Prayer Stone trigger. She still brings out a Prayer Stone when she comes up, then the floor turns relentless. I'm going to check on that. That does make us win. We don't keep the Bone Dog, but we don't lose anything too bad. So we're kind of in it right now because of the earlier Bone Dog Celebrate. Without the Bone Dog Celebrate, I'd be at 24 instead of 44. I'll also heal for more off of the healing option I'm going to take because they are percentile based. I don't really feel like risky operation right now, so I'm going to skip here. I like Pyre Chomper. That helps a lot, I think. It makes our Transcend Imp a bit more real, for one. And now we get Cavendish. So losing Gross Michelle during that fight and getting Cavendish now was a bit tricky. We lost a lot of power out of that. Which was something that was bound to happen soonish. I just wasn't thinking about it. We need the Pyre Remains here for sure. Definitely played around this Merchant of Trinkets. The duplicate card, I'm not sure exactly what we want to take. I think it might be the Branded Warrior, and our game plan is to overpack the top floor with as many Branded Warriors as possible. I think Sinner's Salve is probably helpful. Just a little bit. It does avoid some damage. Jackstrips is usually very helpful against Entropy Seraph, but we're dealing with a lot of the enemy types that would care about the Jackstrips. Consumed Crown is probably really good because we've got Test Subject. Breath of Heaven probably doesn't do anything. Scorching Restraints is probably useful. Nefarious Overflow does nothing. Going to the Merchant of Magic, we have a Holy Stone option. I don't have a lot that I can play with the Holy Stone. We have, I'm probably Surge Stoning a Torch. Seems really good. I could Twin Stone this Forevermore. Twin Stoning Important Work is cute, because I can, like, sack Molting Imp, draw Molting Imp, play Molting Imp, Important Work him again. Draw Molting Imp, play him again. So, like, with that, you can do 30 damage for minimal energy loss to a floor for a turn. It just doesn't matter that much. I might want a cheaper Replicating Ray or a cheaper Tiresome Climb. Tiresome Climb is pretty good at controlling Seraph, but not for other things. I would really like this Holy Stone, though. So let me probably Holy Stone, Twin Stone the Horrify. I'm not as concerned with the Ember Stone. Reroll. Keep Stone. Does that change anything? Keep Stoning the Hidden Passage probably helps me set up my early cars. I'm going to go for that. And then we have a Stack Stone option last. If I was going to Stack Stone something, if I was dedicated to using Tiresome Climb only on enemies, I could Stack Stone the Tiresome Climb. It would be pretty strong. But we're not dedicated to that, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to set our Torch to Consume, and then give a magic power bonus to our only non-consuming torch. at the Empyrean Well, I am thinking the Branded Warrior. We could duplicate one of our big scissor hands. Like, this is 100 attack scissor hands. So that's a thought. I don't think we're duplicating our Molting Imp. Our Meat Hook is up to 90 base attack, which is very cute. Could duplicate something like the Rail Beater. Our Void Armament is kind of weak. Yeah, I think it's got to be the Branded Warrior here. It's up to 74 base attack after Cavendish. But I think we just need our top floor to be really stacked powerful. Even through sap. And I'm not sure how well the top floor scales. Branded Warrior is a bit of a tough unit to scale. I definitely would have rather had the Multi-Striker. But, you know, you gotta play with dealt. We definitely bring in TSA first when we're up against Entropy. He's gonna give us options, like, immediately. Should be Rail Beater, Branded Warrior, Branded Warrior. Actually, wait, no, we need to deploy that differently. Because I need to maintain my space to play Hulking Mass up on the top floor. That much is correct. This should be here. I think I actually need to set up like this and just draw into the middle car units. Fortunately, none of these are middle car units, but I think I need to play the Hidden Passage anyway to hold it over. I'm going to let the Molting Imp go and just do this. Okay, that's all fine. Looks like we can... Okay, so I've got these three, so I can fit in 4 more units. Which should definitely be Branded Warrior, Bone Dog, blank, blank. It's probably like Branded Warrior, Bone Dog, ideally Meat Hook, but it doesn't have to be Meat Hook. So I guess it could be Branded Warrior, Bone Dog, Spear Steward, and that's okay. Let's see. I could move him up with Tiresome Climb. I think I might want to Tiresome Climb the Chosen Ardent here, even though it gives a little bit of attack to things. Let me see. I kill the Silence on the Quick Strike. Oh, that's a new one. Okay, I guess I need to ban whatever term is related to that spam. Alright, we'll deal with that later. Unfortunately, I have a Silencer and an Ardent on the same floor. It's a bit annoying. I want to consume that. Yeah, I don't want to give them scaling right now. I'm just gonna move on. I think we're just gonna Scissor Hands you here. He's doing a lot of work. Do that. Bring you in. Pump you up. I think I Hidden Passage the Meat Hook here. He is on the floor with an Incanter, so how much more damage do we take if we do that? This is the only unit... no, actually, there are 3 units that the attack buff sticks to. It's not too meaningful, though. Yeah, so we'll do that. I'm going to Hook Hand out the Resolve effect to avoid nonsense in the deck for a moment. And we'll just tag you, it doesn't matter. I definitely want this Vampire's Tooth out here. Just need to make sure I can block enough damage. Okay, we're good. Got that. Get out the Bone Dog, Hidden Passage him. I don't want to play into this Chosen Ardent. So I think I'm just going to double Horrify him to gain health and neutralize his attack buff from this Ardent. Okay, so I'm gonna Scissor Hands you. The Scissor Hands should make the best use of the melee weakness. The Pyre Chomper's kind of irrelevant right now, I think. Can I get away with playing this? We only have 3 more waves to go. We're doing decent damage right now. I think I can get away with playing the Curse of Entropy. I'm going to get this double-edged arms on the unit with the highest base attack. Should be pretty valuable. Then I think I Spear Steward, Hidden Passage to the Spear Steward, so I have the 7-unit set with the Branded Warrior Dualism setup. We got Rage 10 to that floor. That's 20 attack per unit, so it's 140 attack gain, not counting the multi-striker. Then I come up here, I Void Armament you, so we have a second multi-striker. Gonna replicate into Erratic Assistant for more scaling. Play the Curse of Entropy, so I can get away with it. We're doing good enough. Gryle's taking a beating, but we're fine. I let the Hidden Passage go, so I don't need to ascend to top floor anymore. I can Transcend Imp into Important. Go ahead and play that. Erratic Assistant. Unfortunately, we've got a Deafening Herald. I'm going to move the Deafening Herald out of the way. I'm going to redo that turn. I've already done redos. I will do a redo for 12 attack. I don't feel safe. I think Gryle runs get a little tense. There's a lot of this little optimizing to do. Alright, as I was saying. Get you out of the way. Transcend him, which is silence, so it doesn't kill the Herald, but oh well. Kill that. Bring that in. Plus 18 attack. Scissor Hands. Play both of those. Check to make sure that we're not... Misclick. Cool. Replay the round again, because I'm not advancing and dazing my own like double striking murder monster. Okay. Transcend him. Hidden Passage. Important. Erratic. Scissors. Entropy. What? Stop doing that! I swear, I'm just clicking. Alright, I guess I'm going to do that first in the turn. Sheesh. Okay, first thing this turn. Hookhand the boss. There. Technically playing the curse, I mean, like, if the Erratic Assistant was not dying, it would be correct to play the curses before him. And then the boss comes in. Okay. So I am sweeping the floor out. I'm comfortably killing a lot of that stuff. This Branded Warrior will not survive on this floor no matter what I use to block for him. I bring in the Erratic Assistant. The Scissor Hands for scaling, like the Curse of Entropy. I nixed Silence up here. I don't know if I have any interactions that care. I forgot I even had the duplicated Branded Warrior, and I already ascended everything to the floor I need. We might be able to redraw the Branded Warrior and do like a little bit of damage if we draw him along with the Puffer Flesh. So I think it's technically correct to not play him here by a thin margin. Oh yeah, I shouldn't be playing into that incant. Oh well. I think playing into that incant might have allowed this Avowed Gladiator live. But oh well. By Hidden Passage, do you get killed? Yes, you do. Cool. I'm gonna find who doesn't have equipment. This, and this, and Scissor Hands on There's no spikes to worry. Stop moving. My friggin' scroll bar. Sheesh. Can't catch a break. Alright, I think we're pretty comfy at this point. There we go. Okay, so we got through that without taking any damage. I didn't need to allow any of the blights in my hand to pop. And we got to celebrate for an extra 10 health. So we have a very big healthy pyre. I think my biggest concern going into this fight is probably that our middle floor is maybe a little difficult to play units into and, like, ascend them. But I think I can block that up with a meat hook sometime. Depends on the draw order a little bit. Let's see how we're doing. We got a puffer flesh again, which probably doesn't matter. That's the same startup as usual. I do need the hulking mass immediately. We go hulking mass, rail beater, branded, and hope that we get a good draw order. Okay, so we got our double-edged arms, and the double-edged bear immediately is a good sign. Transcendent matters not at all. I need to hold the hidden passage. So we're going to slow down our draws for a bit to hold that hidden passage. I think I need to play this double-edged arms on the test subject because it's the equipment I have. But 77 times 2 is good enough for him to get work done. We should be able to play our pyre lights every single turn, so that's good. Let's see. Do this. We tire out Dominion, funnily enough. Puffer Flesh is good to get early. I could go for a Replicator Ray play here. We're getting trample damage onto Rail Beater, which is annoying. Let's see. Who do we want to replicate this fight? I think we can't give up the Scissor Hands to play the Replicate, actually. I think this attack value is too important. I need to play that. No, I totally don't need to play that. Okay, future iterations of those, we're not playing. That's a mistake. I need to keep hidden passaging. And we let the Replicator Ray slip by for now. I could probably replicate off of the Puffer Flesh and get another tank in the front. That's not great. I could Hidden Passage Savagery here, but it's a bit of a risk. These guys are both just Scissor Handers. So it's off of the Entropy attack that Gryle dies, so I could save him with Forevermore. I could also theoretically move Gryle up a floor, but I still need people to stand in front of the test subject. Yeah, I think I gotta do this. And I just need to get something tanky in front of him. Might turn out to be the Meat Hook standing in front of Gryle for a while. Or I'll just have to move everything that's too tough off of his floor. We are making good progress on our kills. Yeah, so he's getting killed by Entropy, which means I can actually just protect him with a Spear Steward. Time to put some Scissor Hands on some kind of random guys. Lay this out. I think I Horrify up top. modicum of health. Probably torture you. No play off of our important work. We have Branded Warrior coming up, so I need to keep this hidden passage. This is really feeling like I'm being a little punished for not taking a draw buff. Which, you know, hey, I get it. Probably should have done that. I think we're using the Bone Dog to block here so the Gryle doesn't die. It's not like we need the Bone Dog to do anything else. Ooh, Hulking Mass is getting killed. I hate that. So I need to draw another tank. Ish. Railbeater might be able to tank for a bit. We've got Savagery half dead, but we're in a bad situation. We're about to get trampled through on this floor. I did not draw a Daze mechanic. I finally got my Sanguine Assistant. This is bad. I think we're in the situation where we have been trying too hard to hold this hidden passage, and I probably just need to let it go, especially since Railbeater's dying here. Yeesh. Yeah, we're in like a total collapse state. Anybody I move up out of this floor just gets killed by entropy. This does nothing. I'm going to let this play out, but I think I have to reload this and not hold the holdover, because our card draw is not supporting it. Yeah, we're definitely falling apart short of killing. I need to not hold that card. Go figure, we actually need to draw our deck to play the game. Turns out the cards in our deck matter. For that matter, I'm not in the mood to redraw Transcendent. Get out of here. Ledge Arms, Erratic Assistant. Scissor Hands, Ritual of Battle. 700 damage on Savagery. Spiky Skin, Forevermore, Firelight. Let's not be silly. Fortify you twice. I don't have room for the Spear Steward. Can't play the important work. Spear Steward just dies anywhere he gets played. I can Hidden Passage the Bone Dog here. Mostly just gives me another unit on the top with the potential to hold a bit of gear. But that's fine. That's all anybody needs to be right now. Just like more dudes to hold these spiky hands. We've got him mostly dead. I don't think I can play this Void Armament to anybody up top. I don't even think I can play it to Gryle. Maybe I could. I might need to pop the Sanguine Assistant here to give Gryle the Tooth. Let me do that. Because I think Lifesteal helps him a lot. Yeah, Void Armament has to go on one of our naturally bigger booties. Because you put, like, plus 10 attack and double strike on a unit that has base 40, whatever, when you could have given him a 150 damage Scissor Hands. So unfortunately, we do get popped here, which probably means that we're playing an erratic assistant behind Gryle to help push out that last little bit of damage. The Scissor Hands here, so now Savagery should die here on the top floor. Yeah, Gryle strats are super weird. I think we just bring in the Meat Hook to survive the last few things that matter. Okay, Railbeater dying is not part of the plan. If I bring in Branded Warrior here, he gets trampled into, which is bad. Classically. Classically a bad thing. I don't think I want to rearrange these guys too much, but I will go ahead and daze this one. Yeah, I can't really bring out either of these units. Okay, so 2 Titans are dealt with. We just need to find a way to do 400 more damage to this last guy. And we don't have it. Wow, this is really, really obnoxious. If I brought out the Imp last turn, I could import him and use it to help, like, block, I think. Ay. Okay, so we get trampled over here. We take a bunch of damage. But then he shows up at the bottom floor. Test subject quick hits him for 200. Leaving him at 100-something. These guys are threatening to kill us. His Pyrolites don't matter. Meat Hook is dead. Hidden Passage is meaningless. Yeah, Hidden Passage is meaningless. Just nothing happens. Man. Sheesh. If I could draw a Daze card, do I win? It's 290. These units don't have enough health. So I'm only getting the quick damage. Wait, how much of your damage is implicit? I can't replicate array him meaningfully here. 27x4 is just, like, a lot. These guys going upstairs, does these kill me? This is 30-something damage. Yeah, these guys going upstairs kills me. And they make 4 attacks. That doesn't get rid of them. So yeah, we gotta reload it again. We're very close, but we're just not making it. I think this is a little bit of, like, a slip-up on how we're applying dazes or something. Or that I need a different order on the top floor? No, I think this is still the way to do it. I can't really get another unit in front of the Branded Warrior. How do we push more damage onto Savagery? So I think this move with the Double-Edged Bearer dying is correct. Maybe we hold a Transcend Imp longer and something about our imps helps us get the kill? It's definitely not that I need to be ascending Savagery. Our Hidden Passage is kind of betraying us this fight. Just need to find the stats to win. So I've been doing Spear Steward, Tiresome Climb here. If I Tiresome Climb Savagery, he still gets to loop, I believe. Because you can silence the loop, but it's not a resolve effect. So you cannot daze him out of his loop mechanic. Dazing Dominion probably doesn't matter. And this entropy's not dazable. His mechanic can only be suppressed by silencing. So I think we do need to bring in the Spear Steward and Tiresome him. How do I eke out a little bit more damage here? Upper Flesh. Erratic, erratic. We get Scissor Hands on you, Ritual of Battle, Firelight. There's nothing that we can replicate her, I'm sure. It's 50, 60 over. Okay. Maybe the answer here is actually that here we replicate her the test subject, and that we give the test subjects the Scissor Hands. Because if he'll lose 58 attack, so he'll go from 90 multi down to oh no, his 90 multi will drop down to sub 50, and then he won't kill the chosen assassin, right? Let me see it, because there will be two of them. So they quick sweep 60. Yeah, okay. With this play, we get both of these Scissor Hands onto the test subjects, and maybe we just make up for the problems with better first floor scaling. So we do Scissor Hands, Scissor Hands. We've got incoming like 40-something. So if I do maybe Spiky Skin here, not enough. Horrify. Right, we double Horrify there to avoid dying. So we didn't kill these guys. Because I split the test subjects. But I think they should be killed on this floor. They're going to put some hurt on the Hulking Mass. I can't bring out the Spear Steward. That's fine. That's fine. Should be Erratic Assistant here. Probably Hidden Passage the Bone Dog. Fire Chomper to get it out of the way. Firelight. Torch. Every 50 damage on him probably matters. Sanguine Assistant. Okay. Probably Void Armament here. Scissor Hands here. We're losing the Hulking Mass, which is a big problem. So we lose the Rail Beater the turn after we lose the Hulking Mass every time. Okay, we're losing everything on this floor. I have nowhere to put this Branded Warrior. This Erratic Assistant doesn't help. And he's going to be at 400-something. This is like the same problem as last time, almost exactly. Vampire's Tooth doesn't preserve the Rail Beater. This Erratic Assistant doesn't do anything anywhere because Trample fucking sucks. Okay, so next round, I'm guaranteed to draw Meat Hook. I will have 2 slots free here when I need to have 3 slots free to play the Meat Hook. I can play the Brand Warrior because I can back him up with the Erratic Assistant and bring that in. So I can bring in a Meat Hook here and Daze Savagery to get more damage on him. We're doing 1,000 damage to Entropy here. Okay, I might be able to get on schedule. Because right here, we Meat Hook, Hook Hand, Scissor Hands, Molten Imp, Firelight. Found it. Alright, we had a lethal puzzle finish because that was really fraught. We did not have, like, solid reanimate to keep our tanking going. So we were on the clock, and we didn't have, like... We didn't have crazy scaling. Grile, from what I've seen, is very good at scaling to a finite point. And if that finite point is not enough to kill the Titans, you're in trouble. And that's exactly what we were doing that fight. We were scaling up to the finite point of what we had gotten. And we had a couple tricks to make our finite scaling a little bit better, but draw order's a bitch. Okay, okay, we found it.